Welcome back to Rooted Grace Garden, your go-to for expert gardening tips, plant care, and creating beautiful, peaceful outdoor spaces. If you want a stunning, colorful garden without a lot of space, container gardening is the perfect solution.
Today, I'm going to walk you through 6 gorgeous plants that thrive in containers, and I'll also share how to keep them healthy, blooming, and honestly, stress-free. Why container gardening is a great option. What I love about container gardening is how flexible it is. You can move things around, change your design anytime, and you have much more control over your soil and watering. Now, trust me, that makes a big difference, but containers do have their own rules. So let's get into it. First on the list is one of my favorites, petunias. These are easy, forgiving, and perfect for beginners. They give you that beautiful cascading look, especially in hanging baskets and window boxes. They love full sun, and they do best when the soil stays evenly moist, not soaking, just consistent. Here's a quick tip. If you pinch off the old blooms, they'll keep flowering all season long. Next up, zinnias. I like to call these happy flowers. They're bright, bold, and they love the heat. If you've got a sunny patio, this is your plant. They don't need a lot of water, and they grow beautifully from seed, which also makes them very budget-friendly, perfect for simple pots or planter boxes. Now let's talk about our third choice, Gerbera Daisies. These flowers really stand out. Big blooms, bold color. They instantly elevate your containers. They do like moisture, but here's the key. Don't let them sit in soggy soil. That's one of the fastest ways to lose them. So make sure your container drains well. Our fourth option are hydrangeas. Hydrangeas in containers are absolutely stunning, but I'll be honest with you, they're a little thirsty because they're in pots. They dry out faster than most plants, so you'll want to keep an eye on them, especially during warm days. Morning sun, afternoon shade works beautifully, and use a larger container. It really helps them thrive. If you want something low maintenance, try the fifth plant on our list, Gazania. Gazania is a great choice because these plants love full sun and they don't need much water at all. So if you're in a hotter climate or you just don't want to water constantly, this is a perfect option, and the colors are absolutely beautiful. Here's a tip for the shade lovers. Now, if your space doesn't get full sun, don't worry, you still have great options. Coleus is one of my favorites and is the sixth and final plant on our list. It's all about the foliage. Deep reds, greens, purples, it's just stunning. And then there are impatiens. They bloom continuously and really brighten shaded areas. Both of these prefer consistent moisture and richer soil. Let's talk about containers for a moment. You've got some beautiful choices. Urns for an elegant look, planter boxes for patios, window boxes for smaller spaces, and hanging baskets for that cascading effect. Just remember this, always choose containers with drainage holes. Let's talk about watering in soil container plants dry out faster than plants in the ground. So you want to use a high-quality potting mix, not garden soil. And when you water, water deeply. Here's a simple tip. That makes a big difference. Add a thin layer of mulch on top of your container soil. It helps hold moisture and keeps your roots from drying out too quickly. It's a small step, but it really works. Now let's talk about fertilizer, because this is where a lot of people go wrong. I'll tell you from experience, when I first started, I thought more fertilizer meant more flowers. So I fed my plants every single week, and instead of blooms, I got a lot of leaves and not much else. That's when I learned container plants need consistent feeding, but not too much. Now I fertilize every 2 to 3 weeks, and the results are so much better. Here's some common mistakes. Quick reminder, avoid overwatering, make sure you have drainage, and always use potting mix, not garden soil. Container gardening really is one of the easiest ways to create something beautiful, no matter how much space you have. So tell me, which of these plants would you try first? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video. Subscribe, like, and share your thoughts below for more simple gardening tips and beautiful garden ideas.